Oh man, it's an absolutely beautiful night. It's a beautiful night. You know why? Because we got somebody special in the building.
Oh, that wasn't the beginning?
This is the beginning. You have to understand what's going on. This is how we do it up in here. We just dive into the deep end. You have to understand that mean the cameras is rolling. When my brother do that clap right there, that mean Q was time to go in and to do what I do.
Because you've been spending time not diving in.
Hey, come on now. Now we in here right now. You have to understand what's going on. But we got a legend in the building. Oh, you have to understand that. I feel like we need like some drums playing during this this intro right here. I think we need some angels singing right now for this intro. We have a legend in the building. We have an author in the building. We have a poet in the building. We have a dancing guru in the building. We have an entertainment powerhouse in the building. And just an absolutely beautiful mind and beautiful soul and spirit, might I add. You know, she goes by the name of the one, the only, Chanelle Valentine. Yes, welcome to the dojo, my sister. You like that intro?
I must say.
Come on. I tend to get a lot of compliments, ain't that right, B-Visuals, for my intros. For people, they call me the best introduction host out here. You understand what I'm saying? But how you feeling? I feel your vibe, and it's just real smooth. It's real laid back, real good. How you feeling right now? What's present for you right now?
Whatever you felt.
I like that. So just go with the flow like that there?
Yeah.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Chanelle, how did we meet? You want to tell the people how we met? Do you remember?
Because that's what you would ask me first.
How we meet?
I don't remember like the incident, but I know like through the group of people that we met.
Okay.
I don't remember the incident though. What was the incident?
I think it was before the group of people we met. I actually met you at an event by my good brother Phil Burgundy. You know who Phil Burgundy is?
Yes, the poetry event.
I met you at a poetry event on Western.
Yeah, I was in the city.
That's right. You was out there. You was in South Central, chilling, sipping on something cold, relaxing,
talking my shit,
chilling with that same lean right there, chilling. You know, speaking to the people. But yeah, I met you that night. It was real passive though, just real brief, right? And then I met you again when I performed at the Pan African Film Festival.
Yep.
That was my second time seeing you.
Confirmed.
And we saw each other and was treating each other like we've been brothers and sisters our whole damn life.
The hell of time, yeah.
Had a great, I still got those pictures in my phone till this day, by the way.
Yeah.
We took probably about 50 pictures. We had a whole little photo shoot on the second floor in the Crenshaw Mall. Remember that? Mm-hmm. So, and then after that, then we met up with that group in which you talking about, what you brought up. My good brother 19 Keys, shout out my brother 19 Keys, shout out my brother Billionaire PA.
For sure.
Shout out my brother Alaz. We went out to go speak to a few high schools with a collective group. I think it was Lawndale and Lusinger, if I'm not mistaken. And we spoke to the kids.
You ain't, you know you are.
Come on now. Come on. You know, but sometimes you gotta act like you don't know, because you know, and then they call you like you cocky and all that shit. Never act.
You never
just
act
be
like
that.
you don't know.
Just be that.
You got it.
Like
Let's
that.
go. All right.
I like that. Come on now. You know how we keep it pushing.
Yeah.
But you know, we went to the high school and inspired the kids, and
that was super fun.
Yeah, it was super fun, and we performed. Yeah. Are you still involved in youth type work right now? I know obviously with COVID going on, but before the pandemic started, I haven't seen you in a few years. So after we performed and spoke to the kids, nothing.
The last thing I did involving all ages was one of my poetry events called Love Lyrics.
Okay.
That was in St. Louis. I mean, it was a vibe. It's a vibe every time. That's what's so good. It's a really small venue, and kind of like in a city. If you're from St. Louis, then you know, like Del Mar and Union. Okay. It's right over that little crossover.
Come on.
But yeah, it's a really nice place. It's called the Legacy Cafe.
Okay.
And really good people own it. Anyway, this is my, sinuses. This was my 3rd year doing my poetry event there. And it hold probably not even 100 people maybe. But people come out every time, and we have a vibe. And, you know, people who are not exposed or, you know, not signed or haven't even been exposed to people of the industry of what they want to do, you know, is not only inspiring, but It's just good. It's nice.
Yeah.
It feel good. And then I do
Yeah.
my thing.
Come on.
And, you know, I'm always in the mood for some practicing.
That's it.
You know,
That's
like,
it. Ain't nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
good for being at home and just. Yep. So yeah, that's a vibe.
I love
lyrics.
it. I love it. You know what I'm thinking? I'm
Lyrics.
thinking to myself, you know, everybody that I talk to on this platform, I usually open the floor up for the guests to be able to let the people out there know who are not aware of who you are and what you do and what you stand for. If you can cover those three things right now for me, for the people out there that don't know who you are when they watch this, talk to the people a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what you stand for, real quick.
I can't.
Okay.
Because that's constantly changing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What does that look like? What do you mean by that?
All I know is I'm working towards more love. I'm working towards communicating with humans.
Yeah. I like how my sister said it like she's not a human.
I know, right? That was
get it.
weird.
It's gonna
but
go
that
over a
was
lot
it.
of people's head. I understand.
But
where
it
she's
shouldn't.
coming from.
That's why I shouldn't have said
exactly. I
that.
get
Because
it,
everybody done felt like they was out. You know what I'm saying? Before everybody done felt that. And if you haven't, then, you know, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It might come to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just know me. I just know me.
That part.
So yeah, like I don't know. It's constantly changing,
Nice.
but I know I'm working. Like I said, more towards love, more towards communicating, more towards confidence in everything, every aspect.
Yeah.
Not in just the things that I love and I've practiced and I've done.
Yeah.
But in every moment, every second. You know.
You're a very spiritually connected individual.
Nah.
I would say. Why not?
Nah. I just speak what I feel. That don't got nothing to do with being spiritual.
I think so.
Because I'm not in a label. I'm not in a group. That's grouping me now. Now you putting me in a realm of spiritual people.
No. That's not what I mean. That's
Okay.
not what I mean.
Communicate.
I'm not going to put you in a group of spiritual people or woke people. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about an individual who knows who they are. They have an idea or a strong idea or inkling about what their purpose is in this world. I firmly believe that takes a strong spiritual connection instead of
To what?
To you,
To your intuition.
to your spirit. Your intuition
Gotcha.
is your spirit, right? So for me, I think that a lot of people can learn from that. It's actually a compliment. I think a lot of people can learn from that because we have too many people out here, in my opinion, from my perspective, who are not connected to self, right? You can call it spirit, we can call it intuition, we can call it inner God, whatever the case may be, who's not connected to the version of themselves that's outside of the human body. That's what I mean, right?
Well,
Would you
I
agree
gotta
to that?
stop you because, like I said, I'm constantly. It's every day.
Love it.
It's
Yeah.
a different every day. Now it becomes a habit when you've practiced it long enough. So I wouldn't say that I've mastered it
Okay.
because
What is that?
I'm still in the process of every day. But when you've mastered it, it becomes a habit. Habitual meaning you've been doing that same behavior of
Gotcha.
talking clearly every time you have a conversation with somebody and not just talking just to be talking.
right.
Or being clear about how you feel and what you mean, making sure you're not extra, like what I'm doing right now with my shoulders and shit, giving you that communication.
Yeah.
That's extra.
Got you.
And the thing is, like, it loses us humans in communication when we be extra. And we do that, right? Because we are still trying to get confident, make that a habit. I'm giving it.
Yeah,
I'm dropping it.
Yeah.
It
As you
sounded
should.
like things on the table.
As you should, though. Yeah.
And yeah, every time, every moment we choose to not do that, we are not only giving up, right? Like, and it's not to make us feel bad because we're going to give up. That's the
Right.
thing I love about you too, right? You already know not being afraid to fail,
That's
right?
right.
Not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do.
Right.
And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know, do what you choose to do. And not being afraid to literally take that day that you choose to not, you know be confident, not be fluent in your language, not communicate, not make people feel loved when you in their presence, not make sure that you keep your shit at home, and when you get outdoors with other people, because you don't know what other people done been through, and you don't know, and you do know that when you act a certain way on somebody, then that it's going to influence in some way. That's just that connection. But it doesn't have to. Because, for instance, me and my sis was in the car. Sis, can I tell this story?
Come on now.
So we was in the car, and she was giving me her story that was traumatic. And as another human, I'm listening with compassion and love for her as a person, right? But I'm also in a compartmentalized mode where I'm like, I know where I'm about to go. I know what setting I'm about to be in, and I know what I want to present, and I know what I want to, Yeah. So I have to keep that in mind as I'm listening to my sis give me heavy emotions, right? But still allow her that space. I'm rambling though.
No, you're not. You're really not.
I know that I'm not, but I'm saying like I'm going. It's all like it's long.
It's fine.
But I know that my like being there in an open space for her to communicate, and as well mentally preparing myself to be in a space where I've been constantly practicing and constantly, making sure that you not only remember that, making sure that you are exuding that,
absolutely,
etc.
Absolutely.
I don't know how we got that far, but that's what I do.
That's what it is here, and I'm glad you went there because, like I said, as I listen with intention, that's where the questions come from. Is when I'm listening. So for me, one of the questions that just came to mind while I'm hearing you speak is that awareness of allowing yourself to not be categorized as one thing. Has that awareness always been there, or do you feel like you've kind of grown into that awareness?
Nah, I know that it took me a time to remember that. I lost the fact that was always there, I would say. But as a kid, I've always been all over the place. I've always been in sports. I've always been in dance. I've just always been active, all over the place. My mouth has always been speaking what I feel all over the place. And obviously that's a deficit and it's a pro and a con to that, right? I've always asked with intention to know and receive that information and do something with it. I've always, I would say, nothing.
Yeah. Something was there.
Yeah, I lost it.
Yeah, no problem. It's something to me because I feel like we as a society need to attach our see, I'm big on purpose. Anybody who knows me knows that. I'm big on preaching purpose over chasing a dream or anything like that, right? But I firmly believe actually that our life's purpose is attached to our childhood's passions and things that we were interested in as a kid, genuinely. Not things that we were necessarily pushed in that we didn't really want to go to. We just found that we were good at. We were talented and gifted, two different things. But for me, I'm so fascinated by the idea of purpose. We were sent down here to fulfill something. Do you believe that? And if so, what do you think your purpose is?
I'm sorry.
You good. Don't be sorry.
I'm not sorry.
You good.
I need to quit saying that shit.
Yeah.
I don't even like getting into it. I don't even think that on my daily basis no more. That's not what drives me. That's not what I just try not to complicate life so much no more.
Okay.
Like what drives me is getting money, is knowing how I done been living in life and getting back to that. I got to get back to that.
From a what standpoint do you have to get back to? What do you mean by that?
From a drought, from a place in life where your habits and your the way you done been brought up, And for instance, we just had money. We still had cultural black ways of thinking and mindsets when it comes to something like financial literacy. My parents didn't have financial literacy.
Gotcha.
My dad got financial literacy like at a certain point.
Okay.
But I thought money grew on trees for the longest.
And you want to get back to it?
No, I don't want to get back to it. I'm just gonna create that life for myself versus now somebody else creating that life. My parents,
Love
so
it.
grateful.
Love it.
So fucking grateful. Yeah, and it's just realizing that that's what your life is. You're getting, you know, some people's life is, right, getting it because they never had it. But I didn't had it, lost it, got it back, lost it, got it back.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And
Gotcha.
and you, when you want to be consistent, right? Then you allow people around you to help grow you. You allow people around you to be of growth to you. You look at them like that. You operate like that. You know? Me.
Absolutely.
Because I just went, I just caught myself, because that's where I be like veering a little bit. Like I'll get to like, I just caught myself.
I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You touching on some shit right now, and it got my mind kind of in a frenzy, because you're coming from a perspective that I don't understand. I've never had it and lost it and had it, and I've never had that. For me, I grew up never having it and having to like work my ass off for absolutely everything. You know what I'm saying? That I've ever touched.
Yeah.
And for me, do you find, I'm curious about
And Q,
this.
wait a minute. That's most of the world. That's right?
Yeah, it's the majority of us out here. Yeah, and I think it allows for me. I can't speak for nobody else, but it's really allowed me to. It's given me permission to really walk with a chip on my shoulder and to give me a stronger sense of purpose, because I know my mission is not just centered around my own benefit. I have people that are consciously and subconsciously relying on me to be successful. And so for me, there's no way that I can take a day off or be lazy or not stretch.
And then I want to touch on that by saying we are responsible. We are, how we operate, I would say, right? We are responsible for ourselves to collectively move as a group.
Yeah, as a unit.
And I know you got a little one, so she ain't what I'm talking about.
Right, I understand.
But like, that's the only way.
Yeah.
Everybody gotta be focused on or understand, and because it ain't just focusing on yourself. It's so much shit that go with it.
Yeah.
It's so much shit that go with it. That's why I'm not even finna go into that.
But speak on that though. People need to hear that.
I just don't got it all the way communicatively articulated. So I can't.
Got you.
But I mean, so I won't. But damn, Q. Remind me. I just got lost in thought.
You good. It happens. It happens. Like I said, this place here is a mental. There's a strong mental element of these questions and these conversations that I'm very fascinated and passionate about. I'm just curious. I ask questions with intent to understand and never intent to judge. And I think we can learn a lot from that perspective as a society as well.
You got a podcast, bro. You can't be no judgmental person.
No, not at all. Not at all. I have. And you know,
quit explaining yourself.
Right. You think I explain myself?
Yeah.
I don't think I explain myself enough.
Nah.
No. Yeah, for me, I have a tendency.
I'm such a bully.
No, you're fine. It actually comes from a loving space, so you're not a bully.
It's so loving. You hear me?
No, of course.
Because I know where you at, and I know where we at as like humans. And then I know where like what you.
Yeah. You know my intentions.
And then you know where I'm at. Like, if we gonna share space, we gonna continue to elevate on both levels.
Absolutely.
It don't matter what it is,
Absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've had a lot of people ever since I've started podcasting try to adjust who I am and, all this criticism now and, you know what I mean? And people telling me, it's funny, I interviewed Rizza Islam probably about a month ago. And I posted this episode, and I got all these comments on YouTube about people telling me, "Oh, this dude, how's this dude curse? And how's this dude speak about spirituality and religion and God and this and that?" I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I really don't. And so that's why I said I feel like people want me to constantly explain myself, and I'm usually consciously not willing to. But it's funny when someone who is, like I say, connected and intentional with how they listen, you can pick out when I'm subconsciously doing that. See, I didn't even realize I was doing that. So I'm like, damn, I do that? So that's interesting. You listen very intently, and I love speaking to people like you. You have a great intention. You don't catch yourself because you're trying to be politically correct. You catch yourself because you want to put thoughts behind what you're saying. And I think that's powerful as well. For me, I want to ask you a question, though. What is one of the biggest misconceptions of a celebrity? What would you say that is?
That is something different. That is literally a different. That the way life works. Let me correct myself. Because that was something different. That was just like I've always felt that way. To generalize it, that I think something different. But now I'm catching myself because that's still victim mode to even feel like that. First of all, what it is to think that life happens differently to these people.
I agree.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree. What's the biggest misconception about Chanelle Valentine, you would say?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't even pay attention to that type of stuff, huh?
I mean, no, it happens in relationships with men and stuff, but I can't even count on that to be confirmed because it just depends on what I was given at the time.
Got you. Makes sense. If somebody asked you, what did your ideologies of the world, where did that come from? Did you grow up in a house that was religious? Did you grow up in a house that was kind of freelance in regards to that type of stuff? Everything?
We was religious for a year or two. Then we was cussing on Friday. Every Fridays we had cussing Fridays. I was like 13.
Yeah.
We had so much freedom because we had money.
Got you.
Because we got money. We got freedom.
Got you.
So that on top of wanting to be in everything and wanting to do everything as a child, I was one of them kids, like wanting to be. I was spending the night in people's houses on like the second week of meeting them and shit, just picking up all types of cultures and you know.
Got you.
So my brother was the complete opposite. So yeah, like doing stuff like that. We used to really really pride ourselves on being able to say how we feel.
I like that.
With each other. My mama been like that. Like me and her, she had me at 16, 17. So I was always able to speak my mind. Like we like sisters. Like we basically grew up together.
Right.
But that's my mama.
Love it.
But so being able to communicate like that and being able to express myself in them type of ways, like that led me to be, number one, just confident in whatever it was I was feeling.
Right.
Cause my mom didn't, it was moments where she could have hindered that, but it was a lot of moments where she didn't, because that was what she stood. She spoke her mind.
Gotcha.
As a child. Her mama had her at a young age.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
And she's doing great.
Awesome.
Just so far as her view on life and how, and getting money and doing what she love to do.
I absolutely love it. Being born and raised in a household to where, getting money was the standard, success was the standard, entertainment was the standard. You mentioned something just now that stood out to me. You were one of those kids that, were drawn to, connection, right? Spending out of other people's houses and picking up other cultures outside of what was your norm in your house. Do you feel like because of that, it's kind of hindered you in a way in regards to...
For sure.
Yeah?
Because I was spending less time in my culture.
There we go. In what ways more specifically? What do you think you missed out on? I was
spending less time getting to know my people. Getting to understand my people, we already in a fast life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was right around, I would say my pivotal years was right around when Instagram started popping. And I was still attached.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that on top of reaching outside, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Woo.
Yeah.
You got to get, whoa.
Yeah.
Somebody will have to drag you by your ponytail.
Right.
You need to bring it back.
Facts. That's real.
And when people love you, they gonna bring you back.
Snatch your ass right back on up. Yeah.
But when they don't love you, they can leave your ass right where the fuck you at, because nowhere in the motherfucking rule book do it say I gotta hold on to anything that makes me unhappy.
There we go.
That makes me less of a person, feel like it. That make me, disregard my beliefs, my feelings on things, that day, or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Integrity.
Because this shit is hard.
Yeah.
Seriously. I'm tearing up with my...
No, as you should. Go
because
for it.
literally, you need that. Everybody need that. Yeah. It's beautiful tears, though, because it's like, I got that. And at some point, and I'm still working on it, but you have to be receptive to that shit. And a lot of us are so survival mode that we miss being receptive, I feel like. So, with anybody, especially with people that's been down for you, you don't got no time to be tripping with them people. You don't. Yeah.
What things and thank you for going there. This is the platform to do that.
Thank you for allowing me.
Absolutely, I'm holding for you. It's powerful. You're literally you're bringing me into your world when you do that. And our worlds growing up was so different, and I'm so interested into what that dynamic was like. With your dad being Nelly, and him being at the peak. Do you remember? I'm sure you do. When he was at the peak of his success, did you feel as a kid that there was more eyes on you, more pressure on you to succeed and to be successful, and whatever right that was, whether it was you being a dancer or whether it was you doing, something you were passionate about? Did you feel any type of pressure on you when you were growing up because of your dad's success?
I didn't feel pressure. I just knew that's what I was going to do.
Yeah.
It was just the process of doing it. I didn't know the process was going to be hard. My daddy got a song. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe I made it this far. 'Cause my whole life, I've been working so hard, and I know nobody told me. Oh, that's fun.
Come on, vocals.
That's fun.
Yes, indeed.
But,
I love it.
I don't think it was pressure. Of course, at that moment, because I'm debunking all this shit as we speak. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because I can't. If it don't sit right with me, I'm not agreeing with it at no point in conversation with anybody. Right. So I don't feel like it was pressure from outside people. I feel like that's just the idea that was put, right? That you've got to feel pressurous. But it wasn't pressure. It was that I knew I needed to get to that point, right? And it was the in-between stages that I felt like was heavy. Not knowing how this process really fucking went. My daddy kept us away from the industry most of our life.
Yeah.
Like, we dipped and dabbed. It wasn't until I got older and I was like 21 where I got into the industry. Okay. Where I would say I got into the industry, meaning, just it was outside of my hometown. It was out of my, friends and being in an environment of this is what I'm doing every day. This is my lifestyle every day. Oh, no. I got to take that back. Because I would say in college I was living like that.
Okay.
I was living like a rock star in college.
What college you went to, sis?
Columbia.
Nice.
School of Arts in Chicago. Yeah, I was definitely, yeah. But before that, so high school and on back, I would say. Yeah.
I'm interested in something. As an artist, as a creative, I find that a lot of younger individuals who are striving for success, and I do that because I don't feel like that. I'll save that perspective.
Okay.
Staying on course. Do you think that young creatives and young artists and musicians should be striving or looking to the industry as what success is? Do you think they should be striving to get into the industry to kind of stamp the fact that they're successful? Or do you think they should kind of go the independent route and just make music because it makes them feel good, or just create because it makes them feel good?
I don't think it's one way. I think it's
okay,
both.
Speak on that.
I think people that need the money right now and they got the talent and they can get their hands on some shit, then they gonna do what the fuck they need to do. I think the people that are more in a space of comfortability, like me, I'm in the flow of shit. I'm doing music because I love it and because I can. The accessibility is on a different level than the normal. So for me, I don't think about it as more of a pressure of having to do or be.
Like
I do it because I love it.
There we go. Booyah. That's powerful. That's powerful.
Like.
So you don't think everybody should think like that? You don't think everybody should do it just because they love it?
Nah, because some people don't do music because they love it. Some people do music to get a check.
Apparent. I think that's very apparent in the type of music we hear nowadays.
That's cool, because if it's accessible, then go get your money.
Yeah.
Now, do I agree with the fact that some people don't know how to differentiate the difference between listening to music and then knowing how to operate in daily life? That's a different story. You have to be able to balance. That's what life is. If you want to indulge, you listen to that music. You don't carry that music emotionally into other parts and different things. You don't be mad at your baby mama and go listen to some rage music, get your issue off, and then get out the car and be good and go in with peace. I mean, you do that. You don't go in with that with the rage music and use that to fuel your fire.
There we go. I get it.
So do the difference if you gonna do it.
Yeah.
Balance that shit out.
Yeah.
I cannot speak for one way. I'd be lying if I tried to speak for that I'm one way.
No, and I love that. I love that about you.
I know what one way I strive to do every. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's like I said, communicating, saying what you mean what you say.
Yeah.
Listening. I had trouble with listening. Especially listening to people that love me. Right? That goes back to needing them people for their growth.
That part. If somebody asks you, what's the difference between a dream, chasing a dream, and living a purpose, what would you say?
I'm laughing because I fuck with you. What's the difference between a dream and a purpose? Just the FYI, Q don't send you no questions and say this is what I'm gonna be asking.
Facts,
because
facts. That's right.
I didn't been in both settings.
That's right.
And more on the, I would say like commercial side.
Yes.
They gonna give you them questions.
That's it.
I bombed the commercial side interview so bad.
Yeah.
And when I say bomb, meaning just I wasn't communicating how I needed to communicate. Woo.
Come on. I understand it.
So anyway, get back to it. Dream.
Yep. Dream versus a purpose.
Dream
Very
versus purpose.
Yep.
I don't Okay, here's one. A purpose you feel like you gotta do it. That's that feeling in life you get when you find that, when you think about that. You gotta do it. You gotta do that because that's the only way you're going to, what? Live? Is that what we're thinking? What goes with like having a purpose? Do we feel like we got a purpose, so that makes us feel like we're alive when we got a purpose? Or like, what is that feeling? What is that feeling? Because for me, that's what it is for me. When I was to think about when I was like on the purpose streak of things, right? I was like, I gotta find out what this is. So it made me anxious, A. B, it made me feel like I had to get somewhere. Right? C, it made me feel like because everybody's is so different that I'm looking outside to fucking find it.
Love that. Yeah.
I'm literally looking outside to try to find something. Missing the moment every motherfucking time. Because I'm there already.
Yep.
What is there? What is that purpose? What is up there? What is over there? What is I gotta get there? I gotta get there. No. And Lord knows you cannot operate like that for too fucking long.
Interesting.
I know I can't.
Now what's a dream? In comparison to
when we close our eyes and think about and be in another space.
Yes, ma'am. You want to hear my perspective?
Yeah. Of course, Q.
I feel like I'm walking in my life's purpose.
Okay.
Right? There's a level of service for other people that comes with that.
That you're not doing on an everyday basis.
I'm doing it every second of every day.
Okay.
Whether the cameras are on, whether I'm at home.
I know
whether
that.
It's who I am every single day. So for me, there's no question that I'm walking in my purpose. Because anybody who knows me on a personal level knows that what you experience on podcasts, what you experience at my events, what you experience on my webinars, what you experience in consultations, what you experience when you see me perform on stage or speak on stage, it is so consistent with who I am behind closed doors, with my family. It is not an act. It's not somebody I'm trying to be.
And can I interrupt you?
Go for it.
What makes it a purpose versus you just doing it on an everyday?
There's a level of service that comes with my gift. I firmly believe that your purpose is attached to your gift, not your talent.
What is your gift?
Booyah. My gift is my ability to connect with others. My gift is my ability to communicate. And my gift, which I didn't ask for, gifts are things you didn't ask for. Somebody gave it to you. I didn't ask for that.
Who gave it to you?
I firmly believe my creator did. Whatever we want
to identify. So they just came down and gave you like everything?
Absolutely not. I don't believe that this is the first stop I've made in my spiritual.
No, let's answer the gifts, King.
No, but here, you just asked me a question. And I have to answer it this way. In terms of my gifts, I do not feel like Earth is the first place in which my gifts have been utilized. I feel like spiritually we never die, we don't have a beginning or an end. I'm not a religious person at all.
I feel like that.
And so for me, if that's facts, which I firmly believe it is, then that means my spirit, which is attached to my gifts, was living before I came to Earth.
Okay.
I believe that life here on Earth is about rediscovery and not so much about discovery.
Yeah.
I believe it's about relearning who we are and not so much who we aspire to be, which is a dream. That's what I think the difference is.
I feel all of that.
Right? So for me, I don't believe in chasing dreams. I believe that anything you're chasing is not for you, or you wouldn't have to chase it.
Where your drink at?
Come on. Y'all should have bought me one. Y'all didn't think about me.
You right. At that moment, I swear.
My sisters don't love me like that, huh? Come on.
Don't do that.
But that is my perspective on that. I'm not chasing shit. I'm not chasing money. I'm not chasing fame. I'm not chasing anything.
And what does it mean to chase, brother?
Watch this. Watch how I do them. Chasing means that you're doing the opposite of manifesting. Manifestation is magnetic. I am a magnet to what I want. I don't have to go out and chase anything. I just magnetize it. It comes to me. Money chases me. Opportunities chase me. Resources, relationships.
Because you do
friendship,
what?
Because I walk in my purpose.
And walking in your purpose means what?
What you're experiencing right now on the Unselfish Behavior Podcast.
And that's speaking that's allowing, that's holding a space where you are in conversation with, you are allowing people to express themselves. You are giving your full attention to someone who likes to articulate. You know. 3, you using your time, your attentiveness.
Absolutely.
And people know that shit takes what it take you.
It takes a whole lot. I was just telling my brother B Visuals that before y'all got here. I said I don't think people realize how difficult it is to hold interviews or conversations, especially when you're on the spot. There is no, I fucked up, start the cameras over again. This is who I am. And so for me, I think it's super important to identify your life's purpose. That's just me. Because there's too many people out here living on autopilot. And there's way too many motherfuckers out here that's chasing things that are literally not real. Not real. I
want both.
Yeah.
From my perspective, I want both. I'm heading towards the money.
And you know what?
I'm not mad at that. That's what I want. I want both. I gotta have both. What I don't agree with is when I look at categorization and labeling, we start really minimizing a lot of our thoughts.
Agreed.
And by saying that you are spiritual, honestly, to me, a lot of spiritual people are broke.
Booyah. Yes, they are. Speak on that.
And that's because we literally try to, and I'm saying we because I done been a spiritual person. I done been across the board now. I'm telling you, that's why I'm so motherfucking smooth.
Take a sip to that. I love it.
So you have the mindset where at some point in that realm or that label attachment. Now, it's not every spiritual person, right? I don't got to repeat that.
It's the grand majority,
I'm getting extra. I don't got to repeat that. So and what I feel like it was for me was that it was the mindset that I was so focused on the spiritual aspect that I canceled out money.
Booyah.
I didn't even feel like money mattered. I was literally like, long as I get my fucking mind together. I had to do it like that because that's like some duh shit.
You need
you
money.
know what I'm saying? You need fucking money. And the way I done lived, bro, honestly, I ain't gave that up. Like you don't just hop out of that. Like, no, like and that's okay. Cause that's some nice shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm gonna be on this motherfucker, I'm gonna be on this motherfucker.
That part.
Doing what make me feel good.
I'm trying
because
to
some people don't have to be in that setting to feel good, and I respect that even the more. Because you don't even gotta chase the money that hard.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
You don't even gotta chase the money that hard when you know. But I can't help it. I can't help it, and I still feel that way. And I don't know what my life beholds in about 5 to 10 years.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
But
I think it takes balance.
I'm talking about when it comes to me, feeling like that's the type of way I want to live. To be happy. You know. I mean, to continue happiness. I should say, however you want to put it. I don't even like that. Actually, I can't say that. I got to take that back.
Come on,
it's okay to do that.
Ain't nothing wrong.
That's so motherfucking okay to do
ain't
that.
Nothing wrong with
and
that.
You better do that.
That part.
If you don't want nobody to misunderstand or you know?
Yes.
You don't just roll with the shit if you don't mean it. Even if you gotta say it 1,000 times.
That's
I'm a motherfucker that say it. So.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, like. Wanting that, you know, you gotta work 10 times harder if you didn't have a way of knowing how to maintain. And that's what I was tapping on about that, just culturally growing up and the black families not being financial. Was your family was your parents informed about financial literacy?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. Not even a little bit. I grew up in a household to where it was all about spend. I didn't even know what the word investing meant until I was like 24 years old. We're talking like 6 years ago. So for me, I did not grow up in a household like that at all. I grew up in a household to where it was very blue collar, right? Constantly, my mom constantly working, my dad constantly working. and they had to work hard as fuck for everything. My mom instilled an entrepreneurial spirit in me, I believe, when I was in elementary school. Okay. I always tell this story, but when I was in elementary school, Chanelle, she would tell me, my brother, and my sister that because we always used to want to go to a liquor store up the street to get some food or some snacks and shit after school. And she said she's not giving us money anymore. If you want money, you got to make it. So she would go to Smart and Final right off Pico and Western. I'll never forget it. And she'll buy us boxes of suckers and she'll tell us to sell them at school. That's how you're going to get your money.
Well, at least she gave y'all the tool right there, though.
That's how you're going to make your money. Mm-hmm. So go to school, keep it on the low, sell your suckers for 25 cents, and you'll have money to go to the store after school.
See, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking doing that. Are you serious? That wasn't even a fucking thought.
Fuck, I'm doing
that wasn't even a fucking thought. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I understand it.
That wasn't even that, and I'm on that because that's one of the hindrance. I feel like when you start realizing how life works. Just living the way I done lived. That's all I can say. I'm not even gonna put no label on the way I done lived. No, that's nothing. Real. That's real. Living the way I done lived.
Yeah.
I wasn't, I wasn't doing that to get me. I was what?
Come on. Living large, living big. Huh? Come on. Come on, Chanelle.
I'm so old.
Man, listen, I get it though. And look, I've grown to a space to where I feel like I have that balance and I didn't in regards to being spiritually interested. I'm not going to say knowledgeable or in tune or any of that, but I am spiritual. There's a huge aspect of me that's spirit. I'm very interested in the spiritual aspect about life. And can you inform me on that? On your thoughts on that? I'll break it down to
I like to hear that.
But for me, real quick, let me make this point. I think it's important. I had to grow to a space to where I was both spiritually interested, but still allowing myself to enjoy my life here on earth without saying, hey, life is just about spirituality, it's just about this, it's just about that, and money doesn't matter, travel doesn't matter. That's bullshit. And for me, I think it's important. Money does matter. I grew up in a household that told me the opposite of that my whole life. I grew up in a Jehovah's Witness household my whole life. That wasn't by choice, right? I was born into a household that taught me that money was the root of all evil and these things you couldn't have. And
to be scared of it.
To be scared of it, right? So I'm not afraid to say that I love money. But my point and my message is I don't have to chase it. I am abundance. I don't chase abundance. I am abundance, and that's why I
mean, it's the same thing. You chasing your dream, and that's gonna bring in income. So either way.
But if I'm standing in my power, which is me being a magnetic being, that is who we are. We are vibrating beings. I don't think we need to go into a conversation about that. That is an absolute fact, especially for us melanated folks. You have to understand that. I don't have to chase shit, relationships, money, anything. I get all this feedback from people who don't know me on a personal level, but they see all the moves I'm making and all these things and relationships and people I'm sitting with, and it, bro, I'm attracting this. I tell people, this is not something that I'm reaching for. I'm not pressing nobody. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not chasing nobody.
Yep.
I can do a podcast without a guest and still have the same success because I'm putting out the energy I want to receive back in return without desperation being attached to it, without lack being attached to it.
I was just saying on the money chasing part.
Yeah. So what's your question?
No, I didn't have a question.
Okay.
When I interrupted and said, but you chasing your dream and that's bringing you income,
yes.
I was just meaning on the money aspect.
Got you.
Got you. Like everything else.
Got you.
100.
Got you. Yeah, and I think you come from an interesting perspective because you had it. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I ain't never had no $1 million in my bank account. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I know that anything that $1 million can bring you right now, being in your bank account, it could bring me right now.
Period.
That's my mindset.
That's the only thing that matters.
A lot of people don't understand that. It's
it ain't that they don't understand. You don't even got to say that because you know why they don't understand that. And that's okay.
Facts. Yeah.
That's okay. And it ain't for you to say they don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You just say what you do.
Booyah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm talking, No,
that's real. So you asked me a question.
That's what's up, kid.
You asked me a question, my sister, and this is Chanelle Valentine. You have to understand what's going on. I knew this conversation was going to be one of them ones I didn't want to end. We could, me and her could sit. We can sit here for
All
hours
day.
and hours and
It's
hours
11
and hours.
o'clock,
We good.
Q.
We good. We good. We'll wrap it up soon. But this conversation is much
Ooh, I
needed.
hate the editor, Q.
It's much needed for the people.
Who was the editor? My brother?
My guy right here. But he's the guru. He's
Boo.
the mastermind. He does it all.
I'm
You
sorry,
have to
boo.
understand that's be visuals. But you asked me a question.
You know what I mean.
Chanelle.
You know what I mean?
Come on now. You asked me a question. We'll probably end it here. I got one more topic, but you asked me a question.
What I say?
You said something. Do you remember it, Fulani? She asked me a question. I said I'll get back to it.
She just asked you about the money aspect of it.
That's probably what it was.
And that's my sis Foo over there. I don't know if this
Fulani.
gonna make
She's a
it, but
legend.
this is my.
She's gonna be on the episode real soon.
Say
Yeah,
less.
that part,
All right.
and you know she's a mastermind and a powerhouse as well. And we got a dialogue, you know,
Later, because you're gonna have to reintroduce.
You know, I might have to bring her here and get a chair.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying if I say too much.
No, you gonna do that.
It's,
We're gonna do that
just
already.
a testament to what's really going on up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk real quick about health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both mentally as well as the spiritual aspect of eating.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an important conversation to have. I'll end it there. Talk to me a little bit about that. I know you're big on that.
I just think for our people, that we are more. Our people meaning more melanated skin.
Yeah.
Even if it's no race, just more melanated skin.
Yeah.
We are just more to more. It goes all the way back to more like quick lifestyles.
Yeah.
Whether it's people in the household who are constantly working, so they don't have time to make healthy meals.
Yeah.
Who got to hurry up and go to fast food places before certain things because it's a constant go. Either way, consuming foods that just aren't nourishing the system. Mm-hmm. I know myself. Well, we came up on, and then we had money. Mm-hmm. Baby, snacks ain't never leave the house.
Come on.
We had chicken. We had your soul food Sundays.
Come on.
What is that? My mama cooking that shit all the time.
Yeah.
When she can. All the time, right?
Yeah.
So, them type of foods are what is documented as killing us most of the time.
Yeah.
So, I'm just somebody who been on this journey and have been introduced to different ways of eating, different ways of consuming supplements, consuming ways to help not only clean the system, but to bring more clarity to your logic more than your emotions.
Yeah.
To be receptive to my emotions, because when you inject yourself with different types of hormones, right, which is in different chickens, a lot of the foods, then it chemically imbalances because it's somebody else's hormones.
Yeah, it's not yours.
You know what I'm saying? So you taking in, and then how hormones work. Long story short, you are emotionally attaching yourself at some point, right? If you're chemically imbalanced, then you feeling that. So them feelings is making you react however you reacting or however you acting. If you're not separating it only, right?
Yeah.
And now you are doing shit you don't want to do, or you know what I'm saying? Because you're reacting off
hormones. Yeah, I get it.
So again, I've experienced not eating meat for 3.5 to 4 years. Nice. I didn't lost a day. You would think I remember the day because it's such a pivotal moment in my life, but just the way my mind is working about not holding on to shit. Yeah. If it's a lifestyle at the moment, it's a lifestyle. I don't have to really think about when did I do it. Let me mark the calendar date. Let me make sure in case somebody asks me, like, who gives a fuck?
Facts, big facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like what it's doing for me right now in this moment. Like I'm sipping some sea moss.
Come on.
And that shit is doing me fucking.
Come on. There go them shoulders again.
What? So extra. My head, everything for the last 20 minutes. Yes.
I love it.
Yes, sea moss is good.
Nice. What do you say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you, Chanelle, but what do you say to people who are struggling with detaching from the way that they've been taught to eat, opposed to where they, in the direction where they want to go, right? So for people, for example, who are looking to start eating towards more of a plant-based lifestyle,
choose up.
Got you. Choose up. Y'all heard.
Choose what you want to do.
For y'all have to understand that.
Choose what you want to do. You cannot live life trying to. When it comes to that, when it comes to wanting to see a result and feeling better and looking better, you got to choose up.
Choose up. That's it.
That's it.
That's it right there. With that being said, this has been an absolutely phenomenal conversation. I love you so much as a brother. You are a sister who, since day one, I have felt a strong connection to, and that has not changed today. I'm proud of you. I support you in every single thing that you do. I want you to take this opportunity and just tell the people a little bit about what you got going on before we wrap it up. But just know that I'm proud of you, and I support you in all your endeavors, and you're doing a damn good job. You're doing a phenomenal job at everything. So talk to the people real quick, Chanelle, Valentine, about what you got going on and how the people can support you.
Well, right now I have a single out everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. It's a video on YouTube. Soon to be on my website, nellelove.com. The song is called Mindfuck. Just go catch a vibe. And then what else? What else?
Get it all in there.
You can first follow me on Instagram because it's constantly a change. But NELLELOVE. I'm also into Herbalife. Not the company. I'm just into herbal sellings. So on my website, I will also be selling #1, just things that I use for my everyday life. So if it's all about if you rock with how I'm thinking, you know how that works, right? If you rock with how I'm thinking, how I do things, then you'll go and
that's right,
support. So
that's it.
Yes, CMOS, all of that coming. I want all my people to at least try it, even if it's not for me. It's such a great product in my life. And what else? Keep supporting, keep streaming. Love Lyrics is coming. I don't have a date on that, but I just know it's coming. That just came to me. It's just that simple.
That's it.
And that's it. I'm tapping out.
Right
like I said, follow me. I'm constantly changing, constantly moving.
Oh man, we appreciate you, my sister. This has been absolutely needed for the people, for myself as well. We had some great conversation. We can't end no episode without shouting out the team of the podcast. You have to understand what's going on.
For sure.
We got the one and only, we got the guru, the mastermind, at least that's what I call him. He goes by the name of B Visuals. And then we got the queen of the podcast, who's my queen. She's not here right now, but she's the queen of many hats for this platform. She goes by the name of Simone. With that being said,
shout out to Simone.
Shout out to Simone one time. It's King Q.
Yeah.
It's Chanelle Valentine.
Yeah.
It's the Unselfish Behavior Podcast, the #1 podcast in all of LA. And we out.